Hey guys, if you are just tuning in, my partner Matt has been on the scene in East Palestine, and that rhymes because, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. But he is there at this point. Plus, go back and watch the protest from this morning he covered. So right now he is at the pizza slot and gas station in East Palestine, Ohio. The motorcade just passed for Vice President Vance. For those who don't know, before Vance was VP, he was a representative in Ohio. He has done more than any other representative has for East Palestine, and they just need help. They don't care what party they're from. They always make that very clear that this is not about politics. This is about needing help. So Vance has been a champion for them in the past. This was unannounced, so I wasn't able to, publish that he was going to be here because anyone who is an activist or organizer knows that you cannot post things like that because they will move the location, and you may not find out where it is until it's over with. So these are some of the East Palestine and surrounding area residents. They have come to have signs, and they actually, oh, I think I see Chrissy. Is that my Chrissy girl? Hey, hi. I wish I could be there with you guys. So yeah, this is a pretty good crowd. So I just want to remind people that this is not just East Palestine. I've had a lot of people on my show who are residents of surrounding areas who are still very much affected. Christina is in a town called Darlington. It's 5.8 miles out. It's Pennsylvania. And she has health, issues, as does her son and her elderly father. So if you've seen my earlier streams, I've been covering this since 2 years ago today, since the day it happened. And I've actually gone to the what's called Taggart Street, which is quite literally the intersection between Ohio and Pennsylvania. And I have straddled that line just to show people my right half's in Pennsylvania, my left half is in Ohio. And we know there's not a bubble. So this affects, and they actually found it went over 12 states, the plume that is. So yes, but Pennsylvania, especially the Darlington area, Enon Valley, places like that, these are all very, very much affected. Looks like a good crowd there. A lot of these people I know have met there in the 4 times I've been to East Palestine. A lot of great people who just need help. Yes, I am familiar with that. That's Market Street. That is a place I've been 4 times on 4 trips, that is. Matt, who's filming, he's been with me every time. So this, it gives the residents hope when someone comes to visit, not just because it finally gives them cameras and people listen, but also because, Vance has the power to actually do something, be it, tell Trump to do an executive order, tell him to sign the disaster declaration that's been on his desk for a year and a half. The residents have time and time again said that literally their only demands. I mean, sure, more would be great, but their demands are relocate us and give us health care. After upending their entire lives, I think that's a fair demand. Matt, I'm not getting any sound. What's going on there?
I turned off my mic so I could hear you.
Oh, sorry. Do you know, has anyone said that Vance will be coming over to talk to them or anything like that?
No, I haven't heard anything.
He is going to be meeting with Mayor Trent, who is absolutely garbage. And one of the reasons people are sick from doing these so-called controlled burn that was unnecessary, that released all the toxins, who, by the way, stated, I would do it again. He, VP Vance is meeting with him and the fire chief. I get reports from residents all the time who tell me they are still seeing construction workers and firefighters and everything like that who are coming to the areas and they are not wearing masks or, jumpsuits, anything like that, EPE. A lot of people do still wear gas masks, and especially Christina, when she goes in the water, she has her suits and her galoshes. And a lot of times people wear that and they still get sick, even 2 years later. So it looks like a pretty good crowd out there. Of course, there's the Popo.
Yep. Pretty decent crowd. We're not really sure what to do, so we're just waiting.
Yeah, they're probably just gonna wait for the motorcade, I would guess. I know one of the most haunting things, and it gives me goosebumps and makes me tear up just thinking about it, was when residents did this when Biden was leaving, after he literally did nothing, after over a year. When he
Yeah.
was leaving, Jamie and some others were screaming at the top of their lungs, save our kids, help our kids, save our kids. And it's just, I see what all these people are going through. I get texts from them that, this person, that person's in the hospital, that person's sick, they have, this wrong with them. I get those texts and phone calls all the time. And a lot of these residents have little ones, a lot of them. Matt, as a father of 3 little ones, how does that make you feel when you see, our little Edward and Kyla?
It makes me real sad because
Yeah.
who knows if these kids are going to be able to have kids of their own. We won't know until 20 years from now.
Yeah. Yeah, I know some teen girls who have been told, yeah, that it's incredibly unlikely you're going to have children.
Yeah. It
Do you
makes me
see?
angry. I don't know.
Yeah. Is that my little buddy?
No, I don't think so.
Do you see Christina?
Yeah, I saw her a couple of times. Let's go
Oh, okay.
find her. I did not see Eddie.
Oh, my buddy. He was bummed out. I can't be there. I'm bummed out too. I said, but my buddy Matt's holding it down. It's so cold too. That's how you know people are activists, when they don't care what the weather's like and they're like, yeah, we're going out anyway. So was it a big motorcade?
I didn't actually see the motorcade.
Oh, okay.
Apparently it was leaving as I was approaching.
Oh, so he's already been there.
Yes.
Oh. So he already left. So we're just pretty much waiting to hear.
Yeah.
Let me see. I want to see if he gave a press conference.
Yeah. If he did, it wasn't here.
This is like, things like this are the only thing that give the residents hope. So
Yeah.
I really, really hope he's gonna do something. If not, I'm gonna share words with him for sure. Let's see. All right, let's see. Okay. JD Vance is to visit. JD Vance, state leaders visit East Palestine. Residents seek more help. What else do we got here? Ahead of Vance's East Palestine is a protest. Vice President Vance, lawmakers to visit East Palestine. No, I see nothing about a press conference. Let's see, Vice President.
Okay.
Yeah, I see nothing. It was apparently a closed door meeting, which always goes well. Makes me
Great. Good.
incredibly.
Yeah. We need more of those.
What's that?
I said, great. Yeah. Good. We need more of those closed
Hell
door
yeah,
meetings. I love those.
definitely. I mean, I want to have hope because he has helped them in the past, but I just don't. Like, I literally trust zero politicians.
Yeah.
They're not our friends. I hope everyone knows that by now. And it's really heartbreaking when, people wait for visits of certain people to come, and then no change happens.
Yeah.
I see Chrissy. I heard Krista earlier. Do people have a lot of signs?
Yeah. They're all facing the road, so it's hard. But it's the same signs we saw earlier.
Okay. It's just so heartbreaking because there are still people in the community who want to, quote unquote, go back to normal. They don't want to do things like this.
Right.
I mean, unfortunately, a lot of people who have spoken out have had to pay for it, as far as, the treatment they've received. Is that Jamie?
It is Jamie.
All right. Do you think she can hear me?
Possibly.
Jamie, come over here, girl.
I'll go to her in a minute.
Yeah. Oh, is that the right age I'd puke my guts out at? I think it is.
This right here is Norfolk Southern.
Oh, nice. Nice.
But yeah, the CVS they had here is gone.
Oh, that's the CVS I puked at. Oh, yeah, that's gone. That's right. Because then they took down the Family Dollar too, which was pretty much where everyone shopped.
Yep.
Because businesses know they should get out of there. So for those just joining, Matt is on the scene in East Palestine, Ohio. There is another protest. We were live earlier today. There's another protest. VP Vance just came. His motorcade has left. However, they're protesting outside the North Bucksgiven. Matt, do you want to pass it to Jamie? Do you see where she is? Let's hear from a girl. Jamie's the first person I met in East Palestine.
Yeah. We're doing that at 2, and then at 4 o'clock we have a film fest, an environmental film fest. And this producer worked on like Summer Film, Devil's Advocate, Captain America, Winter something. And then after that, we're doing a community event where we had women from other chemically impacted communities.
I don't want to be too loud, but she's honestly one of the fiercest fighters I've ever met in my life.
So far, she only did a poster last morning, and it's called
You know, these people, and I'm guilty of it too, they don't take self-care. And with activism, you have to. Because if you don't, you're going to be forced to.
I'll be right back.
And Jamie just goes. She has a little 5-year-old named Kyla. She's such a cutie pie. Apparently, she's coming to visit me in the summer, and Jamie's dropping her off at her Auntie Joy's for a week to get a break. And I said Eddie can come too, because I that will be interesting. They will definitely have fun here and drive me insane, but they're cute. I think it's, it's so important that this media comes out, but aside from the Morning Journal, nobody else comes out and covers anything in East Palestine unless it's on the anniversary.
Yeah, lots of helicopters.
I wonder if they'll do what they always do here in Harrisburg and Philly and DC, where they're like, about a dozen people came to show support for Vance, when it's like, they always lie about numbers and what people are there for.
Yep, guaranteed will happen.
Yeah. And I see about 40 people. If you're watching, please smash the like button and subscribe.
Yeah. All right. I don't know how much longer we're supposed to stay here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Can you get to Jamie for an interview, or is she talking to another news person?
She's talking to people.
Okay.
But I can get her attention.
Tell her it's for me. Yeah, Jamie is the EP rock star. Her, Christina, and Chrissy.
Yeah, so
they are rock stars.
We do the blood from the dog so that she can prove that it's from the derailment. So we're not crazy.
Well, that's what they said they're still not figuring out what to test for, because we said our last one off to Columbus, and it's where she had the necropsy. The first two we didn't do.
Well, and the problem is a lot of the stuff they don't have testing for. And that's why with my daughter, one of the things that she do when we did that event with the dog, we do an archive blood draw. So they save your blood in case new testing and new information becomes available. And I don't feel like it's so important to me, but my 5-year-old, I'm like, I definitely want, I mean, and they take, they do
So
children.
that is Jamie Ray Wallace. She's been on my show many, many, many times and spoken at the events that I've organized.
The blood draw, I was like, yeah. It takes 2 seconds to sign up. You just put in like your name and address and stuff.
This could be a motorcade approaching. Let me switch my camera around.
Oh.
Maybe.
That's it. If it was just us, it'd be one thing. We got 6 kids in the house.
Right.
Thanks so much for going in my absence, Matt. It's so important. Jamie called me and she's like, Joy, there is no one here to film. I was like, well, unfortunately, my blind ass can't drive, so save Matt to the rescue.
I saw some nice cameras here today, but I don't know who they're recording for and if that footage
They
will
will
be out
clip
there.
that shit. They definitely won't be live streaming. They will clip a 30-second and give, a fake, something contrived. Vance supporters came out to support his campaign and to show their love for his position and to support Trump.
There's a bunch of Trumpers turned out today.
I'm sure. Yeah. It turned into a Trump rally. It's not about them being sick and needing to be located.
Jamie. Joy wants to talk to you.
Hey, Joy.
Hi. I'm so sad I can't be there, but I sent Matt.
But we still love you and miss you.
I know, miss you too. You did a great job this morning. We filmed on live stream. So for a last minute protest, girl, you did great. That was awesome. Good turnout. What's the mood there? Are people sad, hopeful?
I think we're pretty hopeful, but I try not to get too hopeful because there's still politicians.
Yeah.
I don't trust any politicians, but
yeah.
You see, oh, here comes the motorcade.
Oh, here comes the motorcade. Let me switch my camera around.
For those just tuning in, VP Vance is in East Palestine, Ohio. Can you put Jamie back on, Matt?
Yeah, just a minute. We're going to wait for these cars to go through.
Oh, okay. Still checking to see if he did a press conference. Nope. Nope.
Don't stop on the track. Where's Nepio's story? I hear a train coming.
So I've been covering this from day one, so exactly 2 years, and these people are still going through so much pain. The toxins have gotten worse. The disregard has gotten worse. They want to be relocated and they want health care. It's that simple.
I lost count of how many vehicles they have here in this motorcade. But
Oh, really? Is that many?
it's like 20 vehicles at least.
Wow.
It's still going, still coming.
But it's funny because these are all typically supporters. So, like, it's kind of like, what are you scared of? Do you know people are pissed because they're still suffering? Is that what you're scared of?
That's the general attitude, and I bet they are. They should
I
be
bet.
scared. Oh yeah.
I think it's actually good there's Trump signs because it shows that people support them and they need to act. These people supported you. Do
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I mean, I've spoken to quite a number of them who didn't vote at all because they're just so disgusted with the entire political process, which I'm sure a lot of my viewers can understand. And especially when you've been abandoned like this.
Yep.
I remember when we did a show after November 5th and we were hopeful because we knew how much Vance stood up for EP. And we were like, well, at the very least, hopefully he continues to help EP on a higher level where he can do more. So, fingers crossed.
God to the people of East Palestine. Don't know the disaster they have here. Don't be a coward.
Get out the road. That old lady's gonna run you over. Look out. So it appears all the cars have parked here, the Norfolk Southern office. We've been told to get off the road.
Makes me so sad that people are driving by and won't join.
Yeah.
Especially the motorcade. Come on, dudes.
Nothing feels good about this to me. I don't know. That's just my opinion. It doesn't feel good.
I keep checking. There's been no press conference.
Yeah.
So he'll probably give a press conference outside the airport or tonight and be like, when I'm sure they took some opportunist photos at least.
Right.
I have to wonder, like, do the kids understand? I mean, I know Kyla and Eddie understand exactly what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
And when they were outside playing out back once, Jamie found them with test strips for toxins. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "We're playing activist." It's so heartbreaking.
Those kids get it. I think I might go back to my car and get my loudspeaker.
Ooh, good idea.
All right. I'm gonna drop and I'll be back.
Okay.
That's okay. We like those kind of programs.
Sounds good. Yes. So Matt is in East Palestine for me. I have been there 4 times. But I shared earlier that, because of being blind, I can't drive. And there is literally zero public transportation going to East Palestine because it is such a small rural area. And so without having someone to help me get there, it wasn't possible, unfortunately. But Matt, my producer, he lives about an hour away, and he lives in Ohio, and he stepped up. So I'm super thankful. He's been with me all 4 times I've been there. So yeah, I'm not feeling too hopeful. I hope I'm wrong, but I think, we've been hopeful before. And I think a lot of people have completely forgotten about EP. And all of us noticed that like a month or 2 in. Um, Even the local press, there's a newspaper called Morning Journal. That is the only, you know, place that covers anything in East Palestine. They still do quite often, thankfully, but even local like news, ABC, CBS, NBC, all of those, even local, if it's not the anniversary, oh well. So basically, the residents have been forced to turn into activists. They've been forced to become them because me and one other channel are the only ones who even cover them. So it's hard. I've had, God, probably dozens of interviews with residents, um, organized town hall rallies, things like that, um, just to give them a voice. It's so sad watching their health completely just deplete all the time. It gets worse continually. And they're asking for breadcrumbs, relocate us, and give us health care. So when you have these things thrust upon you through no fault of your own, one night your life and your family's lives and your neighbors' lives change forever. Some of these people have lived in their homes for generations and can never go back. Some people are still living in their car because they don't want to go back in all those toxins. So it is very much so a hostage situation. That's what this is. And at the helm of all of this is a multi-billion-dollar corporation who would rather build a $25 million park on contaminated land that no kids are going to be allowed to go there by their parents. They would rather spend that $25 million on that then buy out every single affected resident for the same price, probably save money. And for those who didn't see my stream earlier, to give a breakdown and update of what's going on the class action. So essentially, after it was at least a year and a half by the time they even got approved for the class action, when they did, they were told that their family, their entire household, could get up to $70,000. Now, their homes are worth more than that, first of all. And if you have 6 people, 70,000. There is no more than that. But let's break down what that 70,000 is. 30% for the lawyers of the class action. 30% is not 70,000. What is it? 50 something. So you take that out. Then anything they have done for you, as in Norfolk Southern, be it, a hotel stay for a week, even though they've already claimed that on their taxes and gotten it as a write-off, they will take that out of your settlement. So I know a few residents who have were relocated for a month. Those couple thousands are out. 2 months, couple thousand out. A lot of these people are winding up with zero. So not only is 70,000 nothing compared to this turmoil, they're not even getting 70. And what did the class action lawyers do? Well, nothing. I'm going to be completely honest. Nothing. I have heard multiple residents have told me that they have contacted their class action attorney throughout these months, and they have been nasty. They have refused to answer questions. They have said, oh, well, you don't need to, send me any information about that corruption. You're still going to get the same amount. As a lawyer, why wouldn't you want receipts of corruption? Why wouldn't you want to use that as leverage to get people more? Because they're getting their 30%. They don't give a flying fuck about these residents. They're not doing this because they're activists and because they want to stand against environmental terrorism. They're doing it because millions of dollars have been made by these attorneys. They have already gotten their money. Residents haven't. Then there's some other residents who have said, you're going to be getting X amount of dollars. And now they're getting updates that says you're going to be getting Y amount of dollars. And it's much less than they were quoted. One of the most astounding things is those who signed up to accept the lawsuit. If they have children, I'm not shitting you. You had to go down to the East Palestine office who was taking these settlements. They made you bring your children, hold their hand, and sign with them. I swear to you, I am not kidding you. I have heard this from several residents. They have been on my show. They literally took this, they did this with a bunch of kids, but they took a 1-year-old baby, put a pen in its hand, and made the mother sign holding the baby's hand. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? You what? What the fuck? What does that? It's mind blowing. Absolutely mind blowing. They will do anything to save money. Oh, well, no, the kids can't sue. They signed. Well, they were 1 year old. Nope, they signed. We watched them physically sign. It's insane. Fucking insane. This is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. And these people are just going through hell. So they're finally like, oh my God, we'll finally get some money. We'll be able to try and put this in the past. Well, first of all, they can't sell their home, even though, quite frankly, they know nobody's going to want it because it makes you sick. It's contaminated. It should be condemned, and they should get money for the property. If they sell, if someone says, you know what, I don't care. They're probably making it all up. It's probably not unhealthy. I want a cheap house. You have to sign a waiver that says you will be responsible if someone who buys your house gets sick. They don't want that shit on their conscience. There's a wonderful woman I know from East Palestine named Lonnie. Lonnie has had her house for generations. She was raised in that house. She raised her kids in that house. That house should be condemned. It is awful. It makes you sick even standing outside of it. She's had her house on the market for over a year. She has mortgage on another house that she had to leave to move into because she can't stay with her family and her kids in her contaminated home. So they are literally paying 2 mortgages right now and they can't even live in that one house. They have lowered the price so many times on that contaminated house. It is $70,000 right now. They've lowered it 4 times. Nobody is going to buy a contaminated home. And Norfolk knows that. If they wanted, those greedy motherfuckers, like if they really wanted, they could buy all that and put some of their other, freaking tankers on or whatever the hell they did and just let them leave. It doesn't, with the amount of money they have, this area is not a rich area. A lot of those homes are worth about 100, 110, 120,000. But they're decades of memories to these people. Well, if you're paying $25 million for a park nobody's going to go to because it makes people sick, and you even, let's say 100 homes, $100,000 for 100 homes, what the fuck's the problem? But again, that is an admission of culpability. And we all know, me and the residents, as in we know if they haven't done it in 2 years, they're not going to do it. Another thing about the lawsuit, I did address this on the first stream, so I apologize if you're watching it again and I repeat myself. But as far as the lawsuit, there is a separate amendment to the 70,000, and it is a health amendment. It says you can get up to $25,000 because of your health issues. Now, by signing that, you forego your right to ever sue Norfolk Southern again. You get cancer in 5 years. Doesn't matter. You sign the paper. Now, also, the thing about that, I've been told by a couple residents they're getting literally like $300, even though they are sick. Let's say even you get the 25,000. That doesn't include healthcare. You are not getting healthcare in that 25,000 or whatever you get. Again, this is per household. Do you have medical records from when these exact tests? Do you have a medical record showing you haven't had asthma prior to 2023? Do you have medical records showing you did not have nodules on your lungs prior to 2023? This is not, we're going to give you $25,000. This is, we're going to give you a few bucks because then we know you will not be legally able to sue us in the future. And there's a doctor from the CDC. His name is Dr. Wang. And he gave a press conference about a year and a half ago and said, we don't have anything to treat your symptoms now, but we do have treatments for the cancer you're going to get. Hey, Matt, what's up?
Hey, so I was getting my big speaker out of my car, and as I was crossing the train tracks, the cops put up their hands, told me to not bring that over. So I brought the speaker back to my car, and I'm in my car now. I don't feel very good, Joy. It sucks here.
Why the fuck wouldn't they let you bring a speaker?
He was like, no. And I'm autistic, so I'm not the kind of guy who's going to pick a fight with a cop today over that, probably. I'm going to be like, oh, okay. Sorry, officer. I'll put it back.
Do you want to head out? It's okay if you do.
I'm going to head over to McKim's.
Oh, okay, to get ready for, I think it starts at 2.
Yeah, it does.
Let me see. Okay, so yeah, that starts not too far. So yeah, go ahead. You can drop. All good.
Cool. All
I
right,
think I'll actually. What's that?
What'd you say?
I think I may actually start a new stream since it's 25 minutes and they may start a few minutes late or what have you.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I may just start a new one. But yeah, all good. Drive safe. All good, brother.
Excellent. All right. See you soon.
So you guys, what's going to happen at 2 p.m. is McKim's, where it is the place where it is affected. We get sick when we go there, but essentially it is the place that they have gatherings and stuff for the community. It is not functional anymore. They did go out of business. They used to have, like, it was a winery, very nice little place. But it is directly in town, not too far from where the EPA office was. And like I said, it does make people very sick. But Matt's going to go over there. They are giving a presentation of the NIH for health is giving a presentation at 2 p.m. And that goes from 2 to 3:30. Basically, they're going to be speaking on health-wise. When I recorded Mark Durno of EPA, he stated every time I brought up healthcare, he stated, well, we have the NIH coming in. We have the NIH coming in. He just kept saying it over and over. And I was like, when? And how does that give people healthcare? They're doing tests. What is that doing to help what's going on now? And he said, well, they're coming next month. They're just delegating what associates are going to come. They never came. They had a Zoom, which I guess is the same thing. But yeah, they never came. That was a year ago, August. So yeah, I don't think they're coming to help. So let's see what they have to say. I don't anticipate it being very honest, because anything government, you know. So we'll see. We'll see if they actually talk to residents. We'll see if they listen to their medical needs, if they listen to, you know, the fact that they have chemical burns from taking showers, that they're bleeding out their ears. I lost this tooth last time I went there. I lost a tooth, which is happening to a lot of people. Literally, that's how toxic it is. I'm not even playing. I never had a problem with that tooth in my life. And there are several people who have come up to me and said they lost teeth, root and all, since the derailment. It's insane. Like, toxic isn't even the word. So we'll see. We'll see if they listen to people. We'll see if they listen how little boys are bleeding when they pee. We'll see if they listen to young girls who say they're being told they'll never have children. I want to see if they address this. I want to see if they talk to the people. I want to see what their excuses are. So I'm going to create a new stream. We will go live at 2 p.m., which is shortly. Smash the like, smash subscribe, and come back. 2 fucking year anniversary of the East Palestine, Ohio train derailment. Matt on the scene. Thank you so much for watching. Again, come back at 2. Much love.